before we really start the proceedings,
let me have a quick trivia question. How many teams are participating in this edition? 32? That should be louder, right? 32. 32 voices emanating from the hall. Low on energy, we'd make sure as we go through the program that really rises, because remember, you also have to play cricket. So are we good to get started?
Yes.
Alright, thank you. This is more energetic. So, on behalf of Dr. Lalit Bhasin, President of Silf, we'd like to welcome you, the representatives of all the participating law firms and our sponsors, the Ram Ratan Group, Hamdard Safi and Bar and Bench, to the captain's meet of the 15th edition of Silf Turf Cricket League 2023. Before we kick off the exciting tournament that Silf year after year has turned out to be, it's important. And today, like you mentioned, and I'm trusting your word on that, we have expanded to a record-breaking 32 teams this year. But that's not all. In an effort to bring you the best experience, we are thrilled to announce that this year we'll be live streaming 50 of 79 matches on the Top Sports Management YouTube channel. So make sure all your relatives, all your friends remain glued to the Top Sports Management YouTube channel. You can expect top-notch production with 2 professional cameras, expert commentary, and a digital scoreboard, all to ensure that you don't miss a moment of the action. Our tournament will be hosted at 2 key venues, very popular venues in Delhi, Modern School, Barakhamba Road, and Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce, Pitampura. So, of course, these are the grounds where the competition will unfold. There are some specific rules set out for the tournament, and we've got Mr. Sachin Khurana, founder of Turf Sports Management, to run you through all of that.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Vasim sir. So I'll just quickly go through a few important rules that I expect all the teams to follow. One is, of course, that everybody who's participating in the tournament should be from your firms. 7 lawyers are a must out of the 11 playing, and from your support staff as well. Please make sure these guys have been working with the firms for a considerable time and not just you employed them yesterday and they play tomorrow. So it should be a level playing field for every team, and I think the standard of the tournament is going to be really high. Last year I think we saw some fantastic performances, and the best part was that some of the firms, they had their players flying in from Chennai, Bangalore to participate on the weekends, going back and then coming back again. So we are going national. That's great. And just that regarding the pools, we have given seeding to the 8 quarter-finalist teams from last year. They are in the 8 separate pools so that they don't land up in the same pool by the draw of lots. And then again, after the league stage, the top 2 teams from each pool will qualify for the quarterfinals of the cup division, and the last 2 teams from each pool will qualify for the plate division, pre-quarterfinals of the plate division, and this will be followed by the pre-quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals. Finals are slated. We had originally planned to have the finals on the 3rd of December, but now that we have so many teams and the number of matches has gone up to 79, the finals are slated for the 16th of December at Modern School, Barakhamba Road. And on 17th of December, we'll have our exhibition game between the Silf President 11 and the Sponsors 11. And on the suggestion of Dr. Bhasin, what we want to introduce this year is exhibition ladies game before the Sponsors 11 match. So I'll request all the law firms, if they have any ladies in their firms who are keen on participating in this, send me the names. We'll have a 10 over a side game this year. And going by what happened in the WPL, they just had an exhibition game 2 years back in the IPL, and then they had the full-fledged WPL last year. Maybe we can have a women's Silf cricket league as well by next year. So you can just let me know if there are, because I know a couple of firms had contacted me that they have a few ladies in their firm who play really well and if they can participate. And my answer was, you know the standard, and if they're good enough, why not? So if there are more ladies who are keen to participate, we'll have a separate match for them this year, and we'll take it on from there, and hopefully we'll have a tournament for them next year as well. Thank you so much.
I see the loudest roar of applause was reserved for Mr. Sachin Khurana. Let's see if we can make it louder. And of course, just revisiting and reiterating what he just mentioned, because it's time now for the draw of lots. Last year's quarterfinalists have already been evenly distributed into 8 separate groups, resulting in 8 pots, each with 4 teams. So like mentioned earlier, we have a total of 32 participating teams this year, and with that we commence our draw of lots.
So we start with Pool A, which is now the first team.
Yeah. So we start with Pool A. Now we have Lakshmi Kumaran, Sridharan,
Eton and Co.
so here we have the third entry.
SKV Law Offices.
Law offices and JT and Bakshi. Now we move on to Pool B. Already occupying the first lot in Pool B is S&A Law Offices. So we'll have the subsequent entries there. I can hear a faint applause.
Lal and Sethi.
Alright, thank you. Lal and Sethi.
Indus Law.
Indus Law is the third team in this group. Thank you, sir. Interesting. Alright now, Pool C is complete with that. We move on to Pool D and
Can you announce the 4 teams in the pool?
yeah, the final name, if you could help me with that.
That was Link Legal.
Alright, Link Legal. So we have Luthra and Luthra Law Offices India. We've got Vadya Gandhi and JSA alongside Link Legal. That completes Pool C. At least members of Pool C can have a round of applause on that. And on that roaring note, we move on to Pool D. It has already got DSK Legal.
Rice Associates.
Thank you. SNR Associates. One more team. Sai Krishna. Alright, so 4 teams in Pool D. And now we turn our attention to Pool E. Pool E already has HSA advocates. A&M Partners, thank you.
KNM Partners.
K&M Partners.
Dua Associates. Dua Associates.
Dua Associates. Just one more team, and the list is complete as far as Pool E is concerned.
CNN.
CNN. Alright, on that note, we move on to Pool F. We've already got Anand and Anand there. Who wants to compete with Anand and Anand? Not that you get to choose.
Charter Law Chambers.
Alright, thank you. Chartered Law Chambers is winning.
EJP.
One more team. So we've Chartered Law Chambers,
TTNA.
TDNA. Alright, so 4 teams there, Anand and Anand, Chartered Law Chambers, AZB and TDNA. Alright, next we have Pool G, Saraf and Partners. Saraf and Partners there in Pool G, so alongside Saraf and Partners,
Emerald Law.
Emerald Law joins Pool G. A bit of suspense building up there.
AP and partners.
AP and Partners. So we need one more team there. Tri-legal. Alright then. So that completes Pool G. We've got Saraf and Partners, Emerald Law, AP and Partners and Tri-legal. So the final pool, and that's Pool H. Now of course no surprises there because the remaining teams would comprise Pool H. We've already got Shardul, Amarchand, Mangaldas. So apart from Shardul, Amarchand, Mangaldas, we've got Kocher and Co. That's the second team. We've got King Stub and Kasiva, KSK and Argus Partners. So 4 teams in Pool H. That completes those 4 teams in Pool H. So alright then. We're pretty much done with it. Which group can be labelled, which pool can be labelled as a pool of death? Let's quickly hear from you. Let's hear the name of your respective pools as the toughest ones. Alright, interesting. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause. We are done with the draw cloths. Alright, thank you so much for your active and enthusiastic participation in the draw of lots. And now we request Dr. Lalit Haseem to please come up and share his words of wisdom with us. On a huge round of applause, please.
Thank you, my young friends here, colleagues. I am myself surprised to see so many new names coming up, you see, which I have not seen during the COVID period or even prior to that. So that itself shows the strength of Society of Indian Law Firms. So many young emerging law firms have joined Silf and strengthened it beyond, you see, recognition in the sense that Silf is now recognized as the pioneer body in advising not only their clients, which is they are bound to do, but even the Parliament of India consults Silf, you see, on important legislations. The government, the different ministries, particularly the Department of Commerce and the Law and Justice, they consult Silf. And we have excellent equation with the judiciary in the sense that any problems arise, they appoint us as amicus, you see, to advise the judiciary on important matters of corporate governance under the IT and ITES laws, because some of them may not be familiar with the global development which are taking place. So that is what Silf is about, and you should feel proud that you are a part of this organization which was set up in the year 2000 and now has grown from strength to strength. Silf has now got its own building just opposite the Rouse Avenue courts, which will be operational in the next 15-20 days. And we would invite all of you to come and visit this center of learning. We are not calling it, you see, any center of arbitration or mediation. It will be a center of learning, center of research, policy research and all that. But that is the law part of it. But we have to give to the society also, because society has given us this status of being the leaders in the field of business laws, financial laws, commercial laws. And we are recognized by global institutions like the International Bar Association, by UIA. I have myself been the past president of Inter-Pacific Bar Association, Law Asia. So it is recognized everywhere now. But it is not all work. Cricket it has been known as a gentleman's game, but it is no longer a gentleman's game alone. Now we have so many ladies, and on 5th of August this year, we inaugurated the Silf Ladies Group, that is the SLG, and Zia Modi of AZB, a distinguished leader of the Indian Bar. You see, she is the chairperson, and she is heading this group. It was inaugurated by Honorable Justice Pratibha Singh, who is the only lady lawyer to have been elevated as a judge from a law firm. She was heading the law firm. Then she was designated, you see, as a senior advocate, and she was elevated. So, I was discussing with Mr. Sachin Khurana that after our parliament has introduced this 33% for empowerment of women, I think we also need to do and recognize the role of the lady lawyers. So far law is concerned, they are already predominant. Because that is my experience as president of Silf. I know it, that in most of the law firms, majority consists of the young lady lawyers. And I don't think anyone can dispute or doubt that. If that be the case, then the recognition should come, you see, in all spheres. Of course, in judiciary, being designated as senior counsel, being designated as the law officers, or becoming the general counsel of the big multinational corporation. There are so many ladies now who are heading, you see, who are the general counsel everywhere. So, I was discussing with Mr. Khurana, why can't we have now a ladies cricket, Silf ladies cricket tournament? And he said that is possible, let us give it a try. And that try will be in some 10 overs form towards the end of this present tournament. So that will be like a curtain raiser. Then from next year, possibly we could have, you see, some good, smaller but good effective version of ladies cricket also as a part of Silf cricket tournament. This tournament was started by Society of Indian Law Firms about 14 years ago. But the initiative came from Mr. Sachin Khurana. He met me and he said, "Sir, you have these brilliant law firms and they have so many young lawyers, and most of them possibly have played cricket during their college days or school days. So why don't we have, you see, a cricket tournament amongst the members of Silf?" So I immediately accepted the idea, and that is how, I think in the year 2009 or 10, we started to have this Silf cricket tournament. And as the lady just now said, that we had to start with only 8 teams, and now it is 8 multiplied by 4, 32 teams participating. And it's a big leap for even from the last year. Last year we had about 20 teams, right? And now we have 32 teams. So the effect of COVID, when no one could do anything, much less play cricket, has been felt now that people want to come out. But this is also a part of the emergence of young and new law firms which have come up, who have shown such keen interest of becoming not only members of Silf but also joining this tournament. So this is, as I said, a noble game, as is our profession, legal profession, which is a noble profession. And Society of Indian Law Firm is committed, you see, to adhere to the norms and ethics of this profession in every sphere, not just in our professional life. Therefore, when you play these matches against each other, play them in the spirit of what I coin this word, co-opetition, cooperation and competition. Cricket should be played in that spirit, you see. We are competing with each other, but let us do it joyously by celebrating it, not just saying, oh, I don't know why we lost the match, the umpire was not fair, but they had some other players who were not entitled to participate, yet they have come back. We don't want that sort of atmosphere to vitiate this tournament. And I do expect that the declaration given by most of the teams indicate, you see, the correct factual position, as Mr. Sachin Khurana has pointed out, about 7 lawyers and then support staff and all that. Because the ultimate authority, if any complaint comes, will be me, to decide if there is a misdeclaration. I have the right, you see, to disqualify that team, which I have not exercised so far except in one case. One case that was about years back. I didn't have the bad fortune of disqualifying anyone, and I hope that that situation, I'm confident, will not arise. Therefore, let us play the game in the spirit it is meant for. It's a noble game, gentleman's game. Play it in that spirit. And whosoever wins or loses, that is not important. What is important is that there are 32 teams participating. You will not get this platform of interaction with your counterparts in the other law firms which are competing. Therefore, do that and play it in the right spirit. And whosoever wins, obviously there has to be one team, you see, which will win. But I don't give any credence to that. I rely more on the factual position that there are 32 teams participating, and that shows success of my vision to create Silf as a center of noble activities, including the game of cricket, which will be extended also, hopefully, next year to the ladies in the profession. So thank you very much, and I wish all the teams great success in participation, in winning or losing, that's a part of the game. We, every day in the court also, every day in the court we have this challenge. Either we win or we lose. So we have to take it in our stride and take it in that spirit. So thanks a lot and all the best to you. Thanks to Sachin Khurana and also to our sponsors, that is particularly the Ram Ratan Group. Mr. Vijay Chaudhary is here. He has been a great sense of support, because financially earlier Silf could not even afford to hold this tournament, and we had financial backing from such people who are committed, you see, not only to their business, but also to the spirit of this game that is cricket. So we are grateful to them. We are grateful to Bar and Bench, which is the main online legal correspondent, you see, which disseminates information about what is happening in the profession, in the courts, all over. So they have joined us at our request to be a partner of this project. So we thank all the sponsors and all the best to you. Thank you.
So we request you to stay back. Competition, such a fascinating word, and we're pretty sure it would be added to the dictionary very soon. And thank you, sir. You've been our guiding light. We are also joined here by Mr. Vijay Chaudhary, Chairman of the Ram Ratan Group, and also by Mr. Sachin Khurana. And now, what you'll be fighting for over the coming months, we have the winners and the runners-up trophy, and we'd request Dr. Basim to please unveil the two trophies.
And Mr. Vijay.
And alongside Mr. Vijay Chaudhary, Mr. Sachin Khurana, the trio would unveil the two trophies. Now this is what you will be fighting for. Glittering trophies. Pretty sure after having had looked at it, the incentive would increase. There's so much more now to fight for, with a spirit of competition, like Dr. Basim mentioned earlier. Now, as the shutterbucks go on with their work, it's not necessary for you to stop clapping. In fact, it's necessary for you to continue clapping. Alright then. Alright then, thank you all for joining us at this Captain's Meet, where we've laid the foundation for the incredible tournament ahead of us. We wish all the teams best of luck and can't wait to witness the thrilling matches that you all are going to dish out. Well, the conversations can continue over tea and snacks, and that's just in the hall behind. So let's disperse for that. And the camaraderie, of course, that Dr. Basim talked about, can start from now itself, can start building from now itself. Thanks a lot to all of you for joining. So we have Mr. Vijay Chaudhary coming up and sharing his thoughts with us.
धन्यवाद वसीम साहब. Good evening everybody. I am Vijay Chaudhary, Chairman Ram Ratan Group. और मैं तहे दिल से वसीम साहब का, सचिन खुराना जी का धन्यवाद दूंगा कि मुझे मौका मिला सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडियन लॉ फर्म का पार्ट बनने का, मेंबर बनने का, फैमिली बनने का. हम लोग रियल एस्टेट में हैं और एक चीज़ बड़ी खूबी समझते हैं कि जिस ट्रेड को हम लोग मैनेज करते हैं, मॉनिटरिंग करते हैं, वहाँ पे खेल की और खासकर क्रिकेट की कितनी अहमियत है. काफ़ी सालों से वसीम साहब के आशीर्वाद से हम आप लोगों से जुड़े हुए हैं. एक नया अनुभव, एक नई प्रतिभा, एक नई सोच हमें भी मिली है. हम इस साल 40 साल अपने राम रतन ग्रुप के कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं और मैं आपसे भी और वसीम साहब से भी आशीर्वाद मांगूंगा कि राम रतन ग्रुप पे अपना आशीर्वाद रखें और हम जो हमारे फादर साहब ने जर्नी शुरू करी, जिसको आज 40 साल हो गए हैं, ये इसी तरह आगे बढ़ती रहे. जहाँ तक वसीम साहब आपने फीमेल्स के बारे में कहा, जो कि फेस ऑफ सोसाइटी फ्रॉम द डे वेरी फर्स्ट डे है, मैं आपको कहना चाहूँगा कि राम रतन ग्रुप में ऑलमोस्ट 40 to 45% फीमेल्स हैं, जो रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर में एक अपने आप में एक अहम नंबर है. स्पेशली क्योंकि हमारा प्रोडक्ट फार्म हाउस से रिलेटेड है, लैंड से रिलेटेड है और बड़ा मुश्किल रहा है कि फीमेल्स को हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे लाना, उनको बताना और उनको पब्लिक में ले जाना. अगर सचिन खुराना जी इस तरह का कोई भी मैच आज कल या कभी भी लाते हैं तो मैं हर तरीके से उसको सपोर्ट करने को तैयार हूँ और उसके लिए क्लीन. सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडियन लॉ फर्म्स, वसीम साहब आप एक रोल मॉडल रहे हैं जनरेशंस के लिए. आपने अपने दौर में काफ़ी जीवन में ऐसे पल और परिस्थितियाँ देखी हैं जो हम जैसे लोगों के लिए किसी भी फील्ड से एक एडमायरिंग पॉइंट रहा है. मैं धन्यवाद दूंगा आपको, सचिन जी को, कि राम रतन ग्रुप को ये मौका मिला. धन्यवाद.
कभी क्रिकेट नहीं खेला था. I was once interviewed and they asked me what game do you play? I say cards.
तो उसका भी सीजन आ रहा है.
Thanks a lot, sir. Message of equality really standing out in today's captain's meet. Thanks a lot once again for joining us here.
I just want to say one.
Sure.
So I know this is the cricket World Cup season and a lot of teams would have their constraints. But just give me your constraints. I will try and accommodate as much as I can. But obviously, not every constraint I can manage because in one pool everybody might not want to. Like, it'll be difficult for me because if everybody gives too many constraints. So what I've done is 19th November we're not keeping a game, hoping that India will reach the finals. 14th.
We will win the World Cup.
Yeah. So 14th of October when we play Pakistan. Everybody would want to watch that game. So we are just having 3 games in the morning that day. No afternoon, no evening games on the 14th. And again, whatever the important matches are, I've made the schedule in a way that we won't be missing those games. Yeah, but if India is playing Afghanistan or somebody, then it's all right. So I hope
Don't underrate anything.
yeah, but so you can give me the constraints. A few teams have already given me a few constraints. The rest can give me constraints, and I'll try and accommodate those. Thank you.
सचिन हाँ जी
आपको उधर चले गए सर सचिन ने टाइम निकाल दिया था
इस टूर्नामेंट में
You are getting such a good fine lady. She is the intellectual property. Property. और property क्या ज़्यादा और क्या होता है?
बहुत सारी चीज़ों को